All right, everybody, welcome back into Sports Drive. Joining us now from TPSN, it is Phil Woodall. Phil, thanks so much for taking the time and coming on the show.
Thank you. You know, I'm Chip Carey. I was going to mention to him, isn't it great that as a broadcaster you have broadcast a major leaguer, future, and a starter in the All-Star game, Corbin Carroll. It reminds me, there's a great player for the Kansas City Royals named Bobby Witt Jr.
Yeah, Bobby Witt Jr., yeah.
I broadcast a grand slam home run that he hit at Colleyville Heritage against Amarillo High in the playoffs several years ago. And the coach for Heritage had sent me the stats, but I was trying to read them on my phone, and I couldn't get everything on there. And I said, well, this guy's #1 prospect in baseball. His stats aren't that good.
Yeah.
Then I spread them out on my laptop, and I said, oh, my goodness, he is good. But it was what a thrill. I actually broadcast a grand slam home run by the future major leaguer.
Yeah, he was for a long time the #1 prospect in baseball, Bobby Witt Jr. So that was pretty cool.
Bad either. Bobby Witt Sr., good pitcher for the Rangers and Angels.
Yeah. So I want to talk to you a little bit about the Play Golf Amarillo tournaments going on. Obviously, the major tournaments here in Amarillo. Last week, I know you got the chance to go out to Ross Rogers for the Budweiser partnership. A great event put on by Ross Rogers really all weekend, and it was an interesting one. Obviously, a big talk into the weekend was the fact that the Kelting father-son duo, they had won 3 of the last 4 to some extent. I think that at least we, a lot of people expected them to be in there the final stages, if not win it again. And they struggled. They had a rough weekend of golf. And then the Province brothers, they seemed like, okay, well, it looks like they're going to be able to take it. They're the next dominant force, and they fall to Gatlin Goad and his partner, and I believe Seth Bearden, and I believe they actually had finished first in the qualifier round too on Thursday.
Yeah, they did, and they took the 2 seed because the Keltings get the automatic 1 seed.
So really, it seemed like it was just their week. They were feeling it in the qualifier round. They took it into tournament action, and they were able to go right through pretty much with ease. And on Sunday, I believe it was one of the most dominant wins throughout the tournament that they were able to have on that day. So just a great performance from them. And I'm curious about what you thought of their performance, but also were you surprised that a couple of the the major players in the tournament had some struggles and ended up not having their best weeks of golf?
Well, the youth movement is alive in the major tournaments right now, and a couple of young guys, Gatlin Goad from Briscoe Fort Elliott, Seth Bearden from Kroll. They have no golf courses in their hometown. Gatlin has to go from Briscoe, lives north of Wheeler, over to either Canadian or Pampa to practice. And then the other kid is from Kroll, east of Paducah. He has to go to Childers to be able to practice on a golf or other places. So it was a birdie fest of both these players. I mean, Wyatt's coming off a great tournament, the winning of the state championship for Randall in 4A. Very good player. The kid is 17 years old. He will not be 18 until my wife's birthday on August 26th. I've got socks older than 17 years old. So, but it was really a birdie fest. And Bearden and Goad on the first 9 of the 36-hole final, Goad 32, Bearden 35, Wyatt 32, Brother Stetson 37. You get on the back 9, Stetson comes back 5 under 31, shoots a 68 overall. His brother 2 under 66 overall. Bearden shoots, and also Goad 4 under on the back 9, so it's a 64-67 for Goad and Bearden. And the provinces are still 5 down going into, because it's a 1 point for low ball, 1 point for low total. They get to the next, start the 18, and then Stetson shoots 34, Wyatt shoots 33, Bearden and Goad both shoot 33, and they got it up to 8 points at the turn. Then it went crazy. Seth Bearden goes birdie, eagle, birdie.
Wow.
And when Wyatt put it in the water on 12, I knew it was over, and it was a 14 and 12. But credit to the Province brothers. They actually played well. They just got into a buzzsaw between the 2 young guys who are, Bearden's been at Midwestern State, Goad's been at Weatherford College. He will be playing at Midwestern State next year. Stetson plays at Southwestern Christian in Oklahoma. And Wyatt, of course, will go on to WT in the fall. So
Yeah.
he's an excellent golfer. And I tell you what, it was a pleasure to see these youngins play well and have a nice rapport with them. And we now have, for the Coors TOC coming up in August, we have 6 rookies: Zane Welborn, Amarillo High, Wayland Baptist; Carson Graywonder, Vega, and also he went to, I believe, he went to Wayland too.
Mm-hmm.
And Drew Backus, he's a 45-year-old rookie. I don't know whether he played any high school or college golf in Oklahoma. And then Wyatt Province, 17, Seth Beard, and Gatlin Goad. So that's 6 rookies, along with Luke Kane and Kyle Kelting right now. So we have the, coming up this weekend, the Tascosa Golf Club, not next weekend, rather, Tascosa Golf Club champion, 4 rounds of stroke play, and then match play in the Amarillo Country Club. Then you got the Coors Partnership, and that's it. And potential of 4 getting new names getting into the Tournament of Champions in August. So we'll have to see what goes on. It could be our biggest field, could be as 13. I think our biggest field ever is 12. So we're looking forward to that. So talk about some good golf. I mean, to tell you, this Bearden kid, he uses this aim point thing where he straddles the line and does that.
Oh, yeah.
And he said, well, and I said, well, it must work. So, and it did. And it was a pleasure watching young guys play well. They hit the ball well. Yeah, they'll mess up every once in a while, but I guarantee you it was a birdie fest out there.
A great group. And Phil, I'm curious quickly, we only got about 20, 30 seconds before we have to wrap things up, but were you surprised at all by the results? I mean, was it the kind of what you expected in terms of who would come out on top? Obviously, you mentioned, I mean, they had a great, we talked about their great qualifier round leading into it, and a couple of great golfers, not more so from their standpoint, obviously, were the victors in that regard, but some of the struggles that some of the other guys had on the weekend.
Well, the young guard is taking over. I actually expected the 36-hole championship final to go to the final 36 hole. That's how good I thought both these teams were capable of playing. But once Godin and Beard got a lead, they never gave it up, and they just snatched down on it real quick.
All right. Well, Phil Woodall, TPSN. Check his calls out on TPSN this coming year. Starts next month. It's going to be fun. Volleyball starts up as well, football, so it's going to be a fun time. And check him out at the golf course. You might see him out at the golf course one of these weekends too.
Well, I was at the Budweiser Partnership, but I purposely lost so I'd be able to go to the championship final.
Of course.
We just got our rear ends whipped. That's all. So.
All right. Thank you so much, Phil. We appreciate it. We're right back to wrap things up on Sports Drive after the break.